Part 2. So, part 2 of weight loss without actually making big, massive changes in your life. This one, water. Drink water. That's a massive one. They say 3 litres a day. Jesus, 2 litres a day is okay, you know. And if you switch your other drinks for just plain water, it makes it a little bit easier to do. You get more energy, you're less hungry, but this keeps your metabolism working as it should, and it keeps you burning these calories that you need to burn. So make sure you're drinking your water. The next one is portion size. Now, I'm not talking about this thing where you do this, right? So you have a plate there. That's your plate. So half your plate is veggies. That much is protein, just quarter, and quarter carbs. So you know, we all kind of know that. What I'm talking about is a smaller plate. So you can eat healthy, but you can ram that plate full of food. It's all healthy food, but you need to pare that back just a little bit. And sometimes you can fall into the trap of, do you ever see a massive plate? I know that sounds stupid, but we have plates down. We bought new plates recently. And I was like, oh my God, look at the size of the old plates. They're humongous. And I used to just fill that plate up. So be careful of that. You know, it's not just carbs, proteins, and veggies and stuff. It is the actual size altogether. So that's the 2 things. Oh, this is going to be so popular. Junk food. Junk food. I'm not the junk food police, really and truly. So my tip is, have a limit. When you eat, well, I'm going to have junk food. That's it. I want it. It's going to cheer me up. Boom. Before you start eating, say, I'm going to have that and that. Or I'm going to have 8 of those sweets. I'm going to have 1 pack of that. Whatever it is, say it and stick to it. So you don't turn your junk food experience into a snackadent, which is basically an accident, a snack accident, where you just lose the run yourself totally. And then you're sitting there covered in wrappers and you're like, I don't know how it happened. Happens to me. I'd be sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I just ate a full layer of USA biscuits. I don't know how it happened. I just went to have one and here I am. So, say it to yourself before you eat, this is how much I'm going to eat. Obviously, junk food, man, is empty calories and it's, oh, Jesus. Look, I'm not getting into it. I'm not there to give out to people. Just, I find it's a good tip to commit to an amount of the junk food you're going to eat first and stick to it. Because they designed this stuff, crap, to keep us eating and to keep us coming back and to keep us wanting more. And then that's what they do. And it's addictive. And it's not our fault, really. But you have to be able to just say, this is now my limit with the junk food. So if you have a cheat day or a cheat meal, have it, but prepare for it and don't turn away from it. That's another one. The next one is fasted cardio. If you do cardio running, or if you do exercise, not talking about weightlifting now because you won't put on muscle really this way, but if you want to get lean, do your exercise on an empty stomach, preferably first thing in the morning. Wake up before anyone else in your house wakes up, half an hour early, and go for a half an hour run. That half an hour is burning through your fat reserves because you haven't eaten anything to fuel that run. So your body will turn to your fat stores and it will chew through the fat. So if you already go for a run twice a week, do it fasted and you're going to burn through more fat. So that's another tip, that you don't really have to change anything, only the time you eat breakfast. The next one I have there is intermittent fasting. That doesn't really belong in this video. Technically it does, because for those of you that don't know what intermittent fasting is, I'd have to make a whole complete video on the subject itself. It's where you basically eat the same amount of food that you always eat, but you eat it in an 8-hour window. And then you don't eat for 16 hours. So typically you would stop eating at a certain point in the evening, a few hours before bed, sleep 8 hours, don't eat first thing in the morning, and then eat in that 8 hours. It works. It really works. But, you know, it is a big change because you do have to not eat for 16 hours. So I'll leave it in the video, but I don't know how relevant it is. Weigh yourself weekly. Just every Monday morning, when you get up in the morning after you go to the toilet, weigh yourself. The reason I say that specific time is you need to weigh yourself at the same time of day, at the same time of week. Because if you eat something and water weight, and that can all mess with yourself. So don't go weighing yourself on a Monday morning and then next Tuesday evening weigh yourself again, because it won't be the same. So typically people, what they would do is they would weigh themselves Monday morning before they eat anything and after they go to the toilet. And then the other one there is carbs. Swap your carbs for protein. Carbs give you energy. You don't burn that energy, they get stored as fat, and on goes the cycle. So just be aware of it, and switch out. Eat more protein and veggies and less carbs. So like a slice of bread is 100 calories. Who eats one slice of bread? You're always going to have the two, so that's 200 calories. Like spread a bit of butter on it, another 120 calories. So you're at 320 calories and you haven't put anything in your sandwich yet. Pasta, potatoes, any of them high carb foods, keep away from them. You know, if I'm on a cut and I want to lean down, I will just do chicken breast and veg. If I'm on a bulk, I'll have rice in there as well. So that's the way I do it. And my last tip for the video is guilt. When you're going to fall off the wagon. I hate to be the person to tell you, but you are. I do, everyone does. And when you do, don't beat yourself up for falling off the wagon. You've had 3 or 4 brilliant weeks, you've lost weight, great, you fall off the wagon. And the guilt, I used to do it to myself as well. Oh, why did I'd be surrounded by rappers and I'd be like, I can't believe it just did that. You know, and now back with the junk food, and geez, no. You should be clapping yourself on the back that you made it for 3 or 4 weeks without eating it, and that you had 20 minutes or 30 minutes eating junk food. Don't. The guilt will derail you, and it will put you off. And it's the one thing that makes people, when you fail, you know, fail is when you give up. So if you fall down and you don't get up, that's when you've quit, that's when you failed. If you fall down and get up, it's a learning curve. So same thing with junk food, like, don't beat yourself up over it. You're going to feel guilty for 5 minutes, but then just shake yourself off and say, look, cop on, that's life, get over it, I'm back on the wagon now again. And that's probably one of the best tips I can give, because the amount of people that fell off the wagon and then let it turn into an actual, I'm now not trying to lose weight anymore, you know, it's staggering. So that's my last tip. That's video 2. I could make another video, but really, what's the point? I'll see how those 2 go first, and if people want more tips or if they get good reactions, I'll put up another one or whatever. So look, best luck people, and I'll talk to you later.